This is Vinny Magalhaes, and you guys are watching MMAelite.net.
This is MMAelite.net, and we're here with Vinny Magalhaes.
That's good. That was good enough. That was pretty good enough.
Yeah, I've been practicing.
Like nobody can pronounce my name, so I don't like.
So did you just get into town? You're from Vegas, right?
Yeah, I live in Vegas.
How's it like being down here in LA?
I like the weather much better than there. You know, it's just way too hot in Vegas, dry, and like being here makes it feels much better.
So have you? So what's been going on with you lately after your fight? You won via what?
Submission armbar.
Submission armbar.
Yeah, after my fight, actually, a day after, I texted Joe Silva asking for another fight. I just want to fight right away. You know, I don't want to be sitting around waiting for 5-6 months to fight again. And actually, yesterday, texting Joe Silva, he told him that he's already working on my next fight. So probably in a week or two, I'm gonna be fighting out one fighting next. Oh, no.
Do you know who? You already have any people you wanna fight?
You know, there are very few guys available too, because the light heavyweight division is a small division now. I have so many big names top 10s, which I should not be fighting top 10s anytime soon. So there are very few guys that are under top 10 that are available. So I would say that I'm either fighting Tehuna, Ryan Jimo, Matt Hamill, and I think that's it really for now available. So it's gonna be one of those guys.
And then what do you think about so Jon Jones and I know you worked with Chael Sonnen for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that match is coming up?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you want me to be honest, I don't think that Chael did anything at this point. As he to move up in the rankings to be taking the fight, a title fight. But he promotes a fight more than anybody else in the sport. He can sell a fight more than anybody else. And there's also the fact that UFC 151, when nobody would step up and take a fight, Chael that wasn't even training, he wants to take a fight in 8 days notice. So that makes him more than deserving. Now not of course he wasn't ranked as a light heavyweight, but he was the one who stepped up to fight the champion back in September. So I think the UFC did the right thing to give him the fight.
Nice. And so I saw on your Twitter. So is that real with the Photoshop stuff? I've seen these Photoshop pictures going back and forth.
What Photoshop? It depends which one.
That guy,
Renato?
Yeah. Are you guys friends or are you guys not friends?
I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one up in the air. We might be friends or might not be friends. I'll leave that one up in the air.
Yeah, they're funny pictures though.
Yeah, I get some funny pictures sometimes.
I saw the one you put with the octopus.
Yeah, that's a weird one, but I liked that one. That was funny.
So, and then what do you think? What do you think overall right now? Do you think as far as all the other people getting upset about Chael Sonnen getting a shot?
Well, like I said, people they have the right to get upset with things but like I said, if that was the opportunity for me, if Dana said hey, Jones needs a fight, you want to fight him, I would be the first one to say that I would take the fight. And 2 or 3 former champions didn't want to take the fight in short notice, so it's if nobody wants to take the fight, let's give the fight to whoever, to the guy that stepped up and wanted to take the fight.
Yeah.
So, and it's not Chael was somebody that, was never fighting that level. He didn't offer the fight to me. He offered the fight to a guy who had just fought for the title, a guy who's always been ranked for the last couple of years, as a top, at least top 5 in his own division. So, I think it was deserving, A lot of people would not agree because, he hasn't fought a light heavyweight in a while, and the last time he fought, he also lost. But, I think it might not be rank-wise, it might not make sense, but as for saving the promotion, he did his job, and I think that's gonna also be a good for the promotion because he's gonna sell a lot. I guarantee that. Probably gonna be one of the best top seasons ever, if not for the quality of fighters and all that stuff. At least for ratings, I guarantee that Chael is gonna bring people's attention, and also for the fight itself, I believe that this is gonna be one of those pay-per-view that's gonna sell over 1 million. And the UFC hasn't done that in a while, so they should actually be thankful to Chael to keep the sport, with that kind of status now, because the numbers dropped a lot, and Chael is one of those guys that can still keep the numbers up. So yeah, you have to respect that definitely.
And then last thing so you're seeing all these Brazilian fighters come out and they're dominating right now. What do you think that's all about? You think it's just something about Brazil, or is there?
Well, I don't think there's anything about Brazil. Well, what's happening is it's one thing. American fighters, they're always better at cross training, better than Brazilians. Brazilians, they used to you see guys back in the first UFCs. You had guys like Royce Gracie, pure jiu-jitsu, and you still had some guys, Fabricio himself when he first started fighting MMA. Then Hickson, like a few other guys. And when they, Minotaur, when he first started fighting MMA, he was just a jiu-jitsu guy, like, you know, a little bit of boxing, not much of takedowns. And then the Brazilian guys start to realize that, you know, you have to become more all-rounded. And that's a dangerous thing for, like, when it comes like to guys from Brazil, because like the guys from Brazil are hard workers. You know, a lot of guys, they don't come from like a really like rich background. So when they get into fighting, it's not because they want to be cool, because they want to be on TV. It's because they, you know, they have to feed their family, and that's like, you know, that's one thing that makes them be like that good. Because it's like they fight for their life, literally.
So how does it feel like fighting now? You have your first son?
Yeah, it's my first son.
So how does it feel like now that you got your son and you're fighting? Yeah.
That's one thing that also happened to myself. You know, when I was just by myself, I wasn't taking my career like seriously. And as soon as my son was born, like everything changed. You know, I wasn't just doing that for myself. It was not just about like, oh, I have to have money to feed my son. I could just be teaching. But it was like, it was overall thing that changed. I was like, you know, I don't want to be fighting on TV and my son see me like getting knocked out. You know, I want to make my son like proud of me. And those are the things that I like when I go to like the practice room, I think about it. And also when I'm in a fight, I also think about it. And I know that my son is watching. I don't put that much of pressure on me, but I'm thinking about it. So it's like, you know, I don't want to do like bad for him.
Yeah. So
it's a good motivation. You know? A lot of people would say, man, like, you know, you have to focus on your fighting career. Maybe having a son now is not going to be a good thing. At least for me, it turned out like completely the opposite way. It was great. It was the best that could happen to my life and to my career.
Very cool. Yeah, I got a 2-year-old, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it changed your life. Yeah, man. It's like it's another thing. You know, like.
That's cool. Well, I appreciate your time.